Hello and welcome to ActiveNet Bytes. ActiveNet Bytes takes the great pleasure of introducing supplier partners and also our operators to our events and to all of our guests and followers. And today we're going to be talking to John, who works for Airspace. So John, tell us, what do Airspace do?
Morning, David. Airspace are a bespoke manufacturer of inflatable play. We do all ranges of inflatables, from water inflatables to land inflatables to advertising inflatables. So the whole sort of the whole range. We're a bespoke manufacturer, so we make what people want, really.
Okay. So what do you mean by bespoke? Does that mean I come to you with a space and say, look, this is the type of thing I've got available to me. This is what I want to try and do. Do you then create something?
Yes, we'll come to you if you want to do something. We tend to be customer led in that respect. We don't go banging on doors too much. We work on referrals, but we'll come to you if you have a particular space, or you want to do something in your swimming pool. Then we'll do a site survey, look at what's possible, look at electric, look at storage, look at your program, understand what you're trying to achieve, and then create something that fits in with that. We have lots and lots of experience doing that. So on the pool, obviously there's a couple of different ranges that we do. We have the sort of traditional constant flow units that the everyday swimming pool really rely on in terms of offering fun activities and private hire parties. We have a bigger product for the larger pools who want to do something a bit different. We have also an interactive range on that product now as well, which is pretty exclusive. And then on the dry side, the same. We look at everything from a dance studio where you want to have something small for preschool or maybe private hire again, to an 8-court sports hall or a tennis center where you want to have something really big. So but everything really is made for our specifically for our clients, for their space, for their requirements. And we have bespoke ranges for particular clients. And if you want your color with your logo or your party character on it, we can do all that. So it doesn't really affect the price too much, because, as I say, everything is made to order.
Right. That sounds really interesting. So what's the current trend? So our guests will be coming is the 26th and 27th of March. It's at Eastwood Hall in Nottingham. So when we sit down with those guests, what's the things that you're seeing? What's the future of the products and the services that you're providing?
Well, because of the way things have gone in leisure over the last few years, sort of post-COVID, I can see things kind of coming back to where they were in terms of the requirements. So perhaps, I think pools and spaces are perhaps not seeing people book as much as they were. They perhaps have quieter spaces in their pool and their program. They're looking at making the most from their program. So we're pushing innovation in terms of having new activities and new obstacles and that kind of thing. But I think in the main, certainly with swimming pools, people are looking at their space and looking at their program and thinking, okay, what do we, who do we want to attract at this time? How busy is it then? Do we think we can get more people in at that time? And is this going to work for us? And are we offering that to the wider areas? I'm seeing that a lot of our products are being used for send sessions as well, which is great.
Fantastic.
But I think, I guess, family sessions again as well. Family, being able to come in and use the products all together is important. On the dry side, I think we've seen a real surge in in what we call AirX, which is the bigger play parks. And I think that's because perhaps centres that have 4 or 8 or 12, large sports pools, want to do something with that space, but they don't want to give it up altogether. So that's kind of a large pop-up. I think the options are they could put, obviously a soft area or spin studio, turn it into a gym. But they're perhaps looking at these products saying, okay, we can get a lot of people in, we can, make a real impact in the area, but we can put it away when we have, boxing or whatever it needs to be. So we've actually that's gone into some sort of event spaces as well. We have sort of theatres and those kinds of places that are looking at that. So that's where I think things are going.
That's really interesting, because that feels like people are going, right, we've got capacity, what demographic potentially has got the time when we've got capacity, and then what is the service or the experience that we're going to create in order to fulfill that need? It sounds like it's got a bit of science behind it. It sounds like we're starting to think about our programming again, which is good news.
I think so, yeah. And I think that obviously outside of leisure centres, there's a lot of competition now. So you do have, individual places popping up with these kind of activities, and leisure centres really, they have to offer a quality service, a quality product, and a quality experience at an affordable price, which is obviously very difficult. And if they've got those organisations that compete with outside, they need to be offering something to counteract that, to keep the people coming to their centre and keep their people aware of the other things that they're doing, the other fitness and health things that they're doing. So I think they are that, and also looking at program and saying, okay, well, how can we accommodate this, and how can we make it available for the people in our community? I mean, certainly with the bigger products, it's not always revenue generated. I mean, these products do generate a lot of revenue, and they pay for themselves, and you'll get people through the door, and there'll be secondary spend. But I do see a lot of centres certainly using the bigger products as reach out, for perhaps communities that they have maybe some antisocial activity or behaviour, and they'll offer local sessions at a discounted price to get those people into the centre and be part of that community, which again is great. So I think there's a lot of challenges, and there's a lot of things that we can help centres with.
No, absolutely.
That's what we continue to do. So.
And that whole piece around solutions, I think, is going to be really interesting. So I'm really looking forward to seeing you on the 26th and 27th of March at Eastwood Hall. It's great that you're coming to our, which is a dry bit. It's not a dry event, but it's not the open water event, which is where we first met you. So thank you so much for that support. And John, we'll catch up in the new year. Thanks very much for your time. Take care.
Great. Thanks, David. See you soon.